Hey, how you doing, everybody? It's Dave, and it's Whiskey Wednesday, except I'm drinking a beer, which is a little weird because I'm in Scotland. I realize that. I should be having a whiskey right now. Slanja Vod, everyone out there. I am having a beer. I recognize that. I have a reason for that. I am having an Innocent Gun, which is Scottish. It's actually a single malt cask beer. I deliberately got that. It's a Scottish beer and it's single malt cask beer. Uniquely single malt whiskey cask matured to be deliciously different and seriously smooth. So it actually is aged in a single malt whiskey barrel. The reason I'm having this, and I know it's weird because I'm in Scotland, I should be having a whiskey, is because I'm here only for a little bit, and for me to buy an entire bottle of whiskey and just to have like a dram of it doesn't really work. It's a little hard. And so I thought, well, I can't really do that. And I don't want to buy a small bottle that's like a crappy tourist bottle either. But I saw this in the store and I thought, well, I'm going to buy this because I could totally just have this nice beer, which is a pretty big, I don't know, it's a little bit more, at least it feels like it's more than a pint. I don't know how much this is. 660 mil. How much is that, folks? Anyway, it's a nice amount. It's not bad. It is funny. Single malt cask beer. It definitely tastes like a malt, like a malt liquor beer, like from back home. But anyway, good evening, everybody. Hope everyone's doing well. Whiskey Wednesday. It's 11 o'clock p.m. here in Scotland. I am in my dorm room. That's right, my dorm room. Everybody, how is everyone? How are we doing, Paul? How am I enjoying the hot Edinburgh weather? You're right, it is. Actually, right now it's not too. It's I don't like out today, but it's been a little rainy today. But man, last week it was pretty bad. But wasn't too bad. But yeah, not too bad. So thank you much. I think probably my reception is not going to be great here, so I want to thank everyone for your patience. For tuning in tonight and tuning in and saying hi. I'm sorry it's not like great reception. I'm also trying to, maybe I'll turn this off, see if this helps. If I turn that off for a bit, we'll see if my reception gets a little bit better there. But I'm in my dorm room at the university here in Scotland. This is actually outside of town. So I'm not in Edinburgh proper, just a little bit outside of town here. And again, for those that don't know, it's part of a program at University of Wisconsin-Stout where we actually bring students out here before they start at Stout, and they're here for a couple weeks. My wife is teaching the program this year. I helped start the program a couple years ago. The program, or not this program, but we've been doing this in the University of Wisconsin system for years, well over 30 years. But this is a new program because that actually kind of closed down because of COVID. Then River Falls started up again on their own during the semester, and we started up our own program during the summer at Stout, which is kind of fun. So, hey, everybody. Hello, everybody, for tuning in. I'm going to take a drink. Not bad, but again, it is pretty funny. Kind of reminds me of some of the malt beers I used to have as a kid, growing up, like MD 2020 and other stuff. But still, it's good. Innocent Gun has always been a fun beer to have. Again, I'm having a single malt cask beer, Scottish golden beer. Innocent Gun has always been a fun beer to have when I'm over here. Again, there's a couple good Scottish beer brewers over here that are fun to have. But yes, sometimes a malt beer is kind of fun to have. I agree. I'd be cheaper. So good stuff. So anyway, let's get to it. So lots of stuff to talk about here. And I'm going to try and breeze through some of it because you can read a lot about it in the update. And then I want to answer any questions you might have too. But to give you an idea of why, of course, well, first off, reminder. So yeah, this is not my house. This is my dorm room. Got like this awesome comforter. There's my bed. It's my single dorm room, so it's these singles. I could give you a tour, but I won't. There's my bathroom, my private bathroom, my little bed, my bulletin board. The reason I'm so red is because there's a bulletin board just like this with like a fluorescent light. It's making me look like nice and suntanned here. Really nice here. Anyway, so this is my little desk. I've been like working the whole time, like that's not really vacation. I've been doing a lot of work here too, as you can imagine, if you saw the update. So my back is a little sore because this is not the best desk for working. I'll tell you that. Looking forward to coming home. Looking forward to seeing a lot of you at Gen Con. That's a whole nother thing. I'm going to keep drinking here. Right there, Ryan. That's a good comment. That's right. Beer. That's right. Hello. Hey, Allison. So anyway, here I am in my little dorm room over in Scotland. So again, couple things to talk to you all about. As you saw with the update, some crazy stuff happened. To give you, I think most of you probably have read the update, but if you haven't, here's the deal. We've been really excited about Luthier. It's gorgeous. It's awesome. It's fun to play. It looks great on the table. We wanted to go for that handmade look. It's all about, of course, way back in the olden days, making these beautiful instruments by hand. We wanted everything in it to give that handmade feel. Vincent Dutrait is the artist, all that handmade artwork as well. And we went through whether the prototypes or even the Kickstarter preview copies that we had 20 of them made, sent them all around the world, and had been played by at least 3 different previewers, content creators. So that's like 60 different people and groups that got their hands on it as well. Everything went well. We made the game. We sent it to the UK first, as those in the UK remember. And we started fulfilling it there. We had it at the UK Games Expo. We started opening them up. We started selling them. And people started coming back to us after they bought them, sometimes the same day, and would come up to me. I was right there and would say, so this is a hidden bidding worker placement game, and I can easily tell that this is the 5. Like, this is, look, here's the chips, and here's my, let's just say, here's my 5 red workers. Here's my red 5, and you can see when I turn them all over with the shield, like facing up, this one's darker. Or look at this really faded screen printing shield on this one versus the other ones. And it was pretty obvious in some cases, not every single case. And in some cases, maybe the player's extremely competitive, right? Maybe they really are looking at each of those things much more specific than other people. Some people just don't look at it as kind of fine tuned as others. Either way, in some cases it was very obvious, some cases not. But either way, we would of course try and replace it as it went. And a couple cases happened. Then they kept happening. Then it kept happening. And then, before I knew it, I had a pretty long list of replacements I was working on, and that was just within a couple days. And I don't mean hundreds, but I had a handful more than I should at that point. And it was then I realized, you know what, something's not right here, obviously. And I decided to reach out to Panda, Clark Bender, who is my awesome rep that I work with at Panda. I wrote him and I said, I'm having a funny feeling here, Clark. I'm really worried. Like, UK Games Expo was awesome. We sold out very quickly. Really great reception, but we had a handful more than I thought of this. Can you please check with Panda at the factory back in China? We know we've already sent everything out. We've already sent the ones over to Europe. We've already sent the ones over to Canada. We've already sent the ones over to America. They're already on boats. But can you check the ones that are just waiting to be waiting for the German and the French and the Polish and the Italian, waiting for those to be packaged up? Can you check those? They're sitting, over in a box waiting to be put. Because I'm a little worried. And they checked and they said, yeah, those also have this issue. Not all of them, but there's a higher than proportionate amount. And so I got on the phone or got in a meeting with him as well as other higher ups at Panda. And we made the decision that we really believe that, first off, what's most important here is gameplay. And we need to make sure, even though the art can be as beautiful as possible, if the gameplay is not working, well, then it's just like a pretty thing we can put up. we can put on our refrigerator, as my friends Liam and Cam know. But we can put it up on our wall. We can put it on a table. But then it's just it's a pretty piece of artwork. or it's a pretty thing that we got a paperweight or something like that, but it's not a game that we can enjoy over and over again in the way it was meant to be. And so that's when we made the decision that we needed to remake all of these. And props to Panda for stepping forward and say, we stand behind our product. We do this, and this is something that we are going to do, and we're going to help you out with this, Dave. And obviously, like, we're in this together. We're going to figure this out. So we got to work right away to do that, knowing that we didn't have much time, and knowing that we couldn't. And the big thing was, and I kept saying it was all about consistency, right? Like, it needs to be consistent. And it needs to be, we can't rush it. We can't speed things here, because we can't want to rush it to get it to backers in time and then find we have an issue like this again. So we made sure that we wanted to take our time with it, but also hit deadlines that if we could, so that we wouldn't slow things down. So they ended up sending me samples. I wanted to see if I can pull this out here. Let's see if this works. Is this going to work? Uh-oh, something went wrong. Try again. I'm trying to pull up my other camera. Let's see, are they going to let me? Oh, I got booted. My other camera. Give me a second here, folks. Oh, thanks, everybody, for your nice comments. Let's see. Oh, here. While I'm doing this. Yeah, great question, Julianne. So when is the Luthier retail copy coming to the UK? So the reason that is delayed is because of this, Julianne. We had to delay the retail copy because we need to make sure we prioritize this for our backers. And so the worldwide Luthier release now is September 5th. So it will be coming to the UK on September 5th, and it will be coming to America or the USA on September 5th, as well as everywhere else around the world. So you can plan on that for sure. Let's see if this works. Okay. So let's see if I can get this. Good question. Let's see here. No, just hide me. Now I'm quiet. Come on, just this silly thing. Make me small. I don't know what this silly thing. Let's make me big. Let's just do. There we go. All right. So this would have been smart if I had maybe opened these beforehand. Okay, guys. All right, just a second. Putting them down. I open the bags. Putting them down. I open the bags. All right, there we go. All right, folks. All right, so yeah, Panda sent these to me, and they look fantastic. So what did we do? What did we do differently? Well, now obviously this is going to look a little darker because this is all kind of under this junky light. But what Panda did differently, or what we did differently, is we chose to paint them instead of stain them. Last time we stained them, and when we stained them, what that meant was it showed up in every single, like if it was like a knot in the wood or a blemish in the wood, then those would show up every single time, and that was a real problem. Or for instance, let's say if I'm trying to think of another example, if there was like if it was screen printed and it was happened to be maybe a particularly different type of wood or an open face of a wood, then the screen printing would like soak through, and that's why it would be lighter. So now by painting it, it's a thick coat that it's always consistent. As we can see, the colors are very consistent across. And then also on top of that, let's see if I can get in close here. On top of that, the screen printing is very consistent as well. So every single one is nice and consistent. Now you might say, well, Dave, why didn't you just do this the very first time you did it? Well, again, we really, really wanted to make sure we were really trying to strive for this kind of authentic feeling, like of this stain and this antique look. And we really wanted to make that feel like it was something that came from a time of the Luthiers. Because as a reminder, back in the Baroque era, if you will, or the Romantic or Classical era, they wouldn't have had these. Well, usually, I shouldn't say that. They normally wouldn't have had these thick paints, especially if they were making a violin, right? They would have stained them. So we were trying to achieve that. And when we did this for the Kickstarter prototype, or sorry, the Kickstarter preview copies, it worked very well. But I believe that, and I made this comment in the Kickstarter update, I really believe that maybe was due to the fact that they were using the same piece of wood, perhaps is my guess. They're using the same piece of wood when they were making that, as opposed to hundreds of thousands of different pieces of wood when they were making the full mass production, 30,000 different copies. Again, we're made 30,000 copies of this game. That's over 1 million different chips, people. So yes, Panda is making over 1 million different chips. You didn't hear that from me when they're remaking this. So again, yes, that's totally right. Let's see if I can use my left hand for this. Violins are still staying. That is correct, Terry. You are totally right. So again, we're excited about this mainly because this is going to really help you really push kind of the bounds of allowing you to kind of make this more of the focus on gameplay. It is going to match the colors very much so of your oops, let me try and get that. Yeah, of your player colors as well. Even though your other player pieces will be stained still and give that, so it'll still have that look, it is going to mean that you'll still be able to achieve that authentic kind of handmade look for those pieces across the board. It'll just be these that will have that. So that, and this is really the only piece that needs that gameplay look. All right, I'm gonna let's see if I can leave this. I'm gonna kick myself out. Get out of here. There we go. And then close that. I think that'll work. And make me big again. Good. So hopefully that helps you see those a little bit more up close as well. And you saw again. Hopefully that helps you see those. Let me have a little drink so you can see kind of how that's going to allow you to just play that hidden bidding role a little bit more as you see when you place. Well, I can hold these up too. I should have probably explained that. Sorry. When you're placing those out on the board, right? You place them face down so only they see the shield. And then when you reveal them, you're going to see a number. And so you want to make sure that, just a second, that people don't know which one's the 4 and which one's the 5, right? Let me make sure these are facing up. So you want to make sure that they're looking pretty much as close to identical as possible. Are they going to be 100% identical? No, we chose to go with wood because we still want them to be of that kind of era. They're not going to be synthetic. But yeah, that's kind of the concept there. So we chose to remake them all. We're air shipping them all. We're air shipping them in 3 different waves. So Panda is really focusing, and they've been working on these for a while. USA is being airshipped right now. Canada and Asia are being airshipped next. And then Europe and the rest of the world is being airshipped after that. Panda is then going to pack all of the chips, the remade chips, into the foreign language editions. They don't have to ship those. They're going to pack them into those editions. So again, we're going to be shipping these in waves to be able to get these. And like I said, these will not affect any of the fulfillment cycles at all. And if you do have questions, please post them. I see lots of stuff coming through, so I hope I didn't miss anything. But if there is anything, please do. And you think I missed it, please feel free to repeat a question in the comments, and I'll try and post that up here. So please do let me know. Yeah. Don't give Dave any more ideas. The second Dave sees the word metal, Dave's like, ooh, can I make that metal? Maybe I can. Ooh, enamel metal chips. Now we're talking some weight. Yeah, baby. Yeah, Paul, you're totally right. The stand effect is nice. It is great. And yeah, the fair, consistent gameplay is necessary. Hey, thanks, Carl. Oh, this is really funny. Hey, Carl, are you below me right now? I think, or is he above? I don't know where Carl is. So see this guy right here? This guy is here right now teaching. He's teaching a design thinking course. He's a fellow faculty member of mine. He's a fellow game design faculty member of mine. And he's teaching right now here in Scotland as well. So awesome, Carl. Carl, did I hear Emily told me that one of the groups of students is doing a board game? Is that right? Are they and they're play testing it? I need to come and play test it. Is it true? Anyway, I gotta come and play test it. If that's the case. Anyway, but yes, Carl's awesome. Thanks for tuning in, Carl. Box Meeple's actually, will the apprentices match? Yes. Oh, very good question. Okay, so very good question. So for those that don't know, there is also in the game apprentices. So let's see if I can hold these up as a comparison. So the apprentices, there's two apprentices. I'm trying to show you the thickness there. There's the example of two apprentices and two worker chips, and the apprentices will match. You get a set of 11 different worker chips per player, so 44 total chips each. Those are apprentice and the thickness, and a worker, and so you get those as well. So be sure to keep an eye on that. One thing I should mention again as a reminder, those people are watching, and maybe you read this. All of you with an English language edition are getting the OG original, maybe dare I say collector item. It's like what was that? Was it the Black Lotus? Which was the error printing? I don't know. It's not an error. Anyway, you're getting the original chips in the box. You're going to open up, you're going to have a second pair of chips. So you're going to do whatever you want with them. Some of you might be like, these new chips? No way. Those feel too like 19th century for me. I need 16th century chips. So because you might find not all the chips are, there's many people that their chips are perfectly fine. So you might find that your chips are just fine. And you don't need these new chips, but we just wanted to make extra sure. So just please know that you're welcome to use the old chips. These are wood, so they're biodegradable wood, so whichever chips you don't use, perhaps you have another use for. If you don't need them, maybe you send them back to me, or, give them to a friend, or throw them at me at a con, or whatever, make something fun out of them. I was joking with someone that maybe we'll do some sort of fun contest as well. So keep that in mind as well. And yeah, that's another, Libby makes a good point too. The upgraded chips, which are not actually wood. Oops, sorry. Those are resin. Those are not wooden. They don't have the same issue. So if you have the upgraded ones, you don't need to worry about this at all. So keep that in mind as well. It looks like Gavin has a question. Yeah, Gavin's got a great question, actually. So Gavin, did you consider having Panda print replacement card for the misprinted patron card at the same time as the chips? Or will that happen in a potential second edition? Oh, great. Way to just pour salt on the wound, Gavin. There's another one. Yep, that's great. So for those that don't know, the Mozart card in the game, it completely slipped by many of us as far as editing, proofing. It doesn't affect gameplay at all. Instead of having an icon for performance, it has an icon for the classical era, which is what Mozart is, in the same color. You wouldn't be able to misplay it at all any other way. Trust me. Like, there's no way you could misplay it any other way. But it is technically a misprint. I did a while ago have Panda reprint those. Request Panda reprint them. I'm having them reprint 1,000 of them. It cost me a little bit extra money. That's okay. They are reprinting them the same time as they print the foreign language edition. So that's right now. So I'll have those essentially probably to hand out at conventions and other times. I'll just give them to anyone for free who wants them. So keep that in mind. That'll be an opportunity. Anyone that would like to have that to replace their other one. But again, it does not affect gameplay. So it's not like I'm going to send it to everybody for free or anything like that. You're going to be able to play your game just fine without it. But for anyone that wants it, when you see it in me at a convention or something else, I'll be happy to hand you one. I'll always have those. Maybe I'll carry a couple in my back pocket at all times. Good question. So yeah, let's see. yeah. Okay. All right, Wookie. Coaster size versions. Now we're talking giant wooden coaster size versions. I do like that though. I like me a good wooden side, a wooden coaster. That's a good idea. Again, some great questions being asked. And I see some people answering them as well. So that's good too. So very good ones. That's good. Yeah, good answer, Terry. Mozart isn't wrong. He's just improving. That's right. So again, to answer that, or to go back to revisit some of the chip stuff. So 3 different waves will not affect fulfillment at all. I did have one question from someone about fulfillment. I wanted to post this. Let's see. Will this work in the chat? No, this is not going to work. I'll just read it. I had someone on Discord previously ask about whether the remake of these chips would impact the shipping of non-Luthier bonus materials like distilled expansions. No, because the fulfillment happens at the same time. So great question. Since the fulfillment's happening all at the same time and the fulfillment's not being affected by the reprint or the remake of these chips, it will not be affected. So you're good there. All fulfillments happen at the same time. And so you're going to see that stuff. If you just ordered distilled, it doesn't change things at all. You're going to be still getting your fulfillment all happen at the same time, which is also why it was all part of the same crowdfunding campaign too. Let's see here. Let's see. Saxon asked, will you be sending those chips to those of us who have purchased the deluxe chips? Yes, Saxon, because you purchased the main game, I still want to make sure you are getting that. Even if you won't use them. Now, that is for those that have not received their copy yet. So if you live, let me back up a little bit. If you live in the UK, if you live in New Zealand or Australia, and you've already received or you're in the process of receiving your game right now, basically fulfillment is like in the middle of fulfillment or it already happened in the UK, then you needed to fill out a form that was in the Kickstarter. I'm not going to paste it because then everyone will just going to click it for no reason. So don't anyone paste it in the form. There's no reason to fill it out unless you really need to. That was in the Kickstarter update. You'll find it there. Then you would want to fill it out. If you actually need the chips, fill that out. Because otherwise, because we're paying for shipping for that, and we're sending you a set of chips. We should only do that if you actually need them. If you're in the States or EU, Asia, rest of the world, and we're going to be sending you the game, we're going to automatically send you a set of the chips because we just feel that's going to be better than you having to kind of request it and us paying for a separate shipment. As an example, the UK or Australia, New Zealand, each of those we're talking like a couple hundred. I think, I can't remember exactly. Is it 300 or 400? The number of backers in that country, in either of those regions, is in the hundreds, and we're not talking large hundreds. We're talking smaller hundreds. While in America, it's in the thousands. So it's just easier for us to just assume and send these chips out, so that you all can kind of have that without having to worry about it. I've already had many backers in the UK say to me, oh, thank you so much. I actually kind of assumed I just had to kind of live with this. I didn't know that it wasn't supposed to be that way. It's like, no. You shouldn't live with the fact it's a hidden bidding game. Like you shouldn't have like the number one worker be crappy looking on the top or whatever. So yeah. Great question, Saxon. You will still get it. And that might also be maybe you decide to gift this to someone and they decide they want to use the wood chips or something like that happens. So yeah, you have that as well. Great question. Box Meeples, will all 3 sets fit in the deluxe box? Oh, good Lord. Oh, great question. No, 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 no. Well, wait a minute. Okay, fine. Yes. If you really want to make them fit, you can. They won't all fit in the player trays. One set will fit in the player trays. One set could fit in the little crevices, and one set will fit where you could. I know. Yes. Okay. One set will fit in the player trays. Your choice set, and then you will lay a foundation at the base of your before you put anything else down. You lay a foundation of chips on the base before you put anything else down. Then you lay the bottom tray down, and you have a nice foundation of worker chips. Think of all those little workers, family members, just holding up your tray, working really hard to help you out. That's what you'll do. Thanks, Box Meatballs. Great question. Here, put them to work. Put them to work, especially those ones. Those apprentices, a couple of them will. I mean, if you stack a couple of apprentices on top of each other, they'll do the work of one of those ones. So Stephanie Haynes asked, is this also for the deluxe chips? No. Deluxe chips, you will not have to worry about. It's a different process. Those you will not be getting replacements for. Those should be fine. Obviously, if you get them and there's an issue with it, you can let us know, but those shouldn't be a problem. Good question as well. So again, that's kind of wraps those up. Couple other things I wanted to talk about. And again, please feel free to keep those questions coming if you have any. Here I am from Scotland again, just an advertisement for Innis & Gunn, single malt cask beer, malty beer, Innis & Gunn Brewery. I don't know how I'm going to get through this. It's 11:30 at night. Oh, good Lord. Maybe a late one. Woo. I'm supposed to go see, Carl, if you're still tuning in, I wanted to invite you. Emily said you were interested in going to see Jurassic World tomorrow. I think I might go with Bennett. And also, it's going to be the 4D experience because Bennett wants to go see it. For any of you that don't know, it's like a tradition that we have when we go to Scotland. This Cineworld up here has this 4D experience that blows smells and water at you and stuff. It's crazy. I don't know. Anyway, we're going, Carl, if you want to come. I think it's 11 a.m. though. I don't know. And then I'm coming back and working because I got to send an email to my Gen Con staff. I'm so behind. Gen Con staff, if you're watching, you're getting an email from me tomorrow. Maybe tonight, depending on how much Innis & Gunn I drink. Yeah, that's right, Bob. Chug. Hey, there's another stout member. All my faculty. This is awesome. Okay. Thanks, Boss Meeples. Thank you. I would hope most companies would do this. Good God. I mean, come on. I would think most companies would do this because it would affect their game, and how you could play the game, but maybe not. Anyway. Let's see. When will the how to make the fridge magnets? Yeah, that's good. You can ask Wookie. You can ask Liam and Cam that. If Liam's still tuning in, Liam, you're gonna have to record a how-to video, how to make turn your old chips into fridge magnets. I actually think it's pretty easy. You order magnets and you hot glue something on the back of them. I'm sorry, Wookie, but if you can't figure that one out, I'm not sure. Oh no, Amanda. Yeah, oh no, Amanda, don't scold me. I'm sorry. I know it's gonna come tomorrow. I know I'm really late. I've had some things to deal with. Okay. I'm really sorry. I'm trying. James, Gen Con's going to be absolutely insane. I don't know how I'm going to survive it. Oh, speaking of Gen Con, very quickly, people, I will say, not to stress myself out more or get anyone else worked up, but this actually leads into fulfillment. Yes, please come check out our booth, friend of James. But we only have 2 of our 3 containers for Luthier delivered. And those 2 containers have the games in them. And some of this includes distilled too. But I have enough distilled to make Gen Con happen. Maybe not the fulfillment, but the 3rd container has everything else. And it has not been delivered yet. And if it doesn't get delivered by Monday, we might not have it for Gen Con. So, and obviously fulfillment gets delayed a little bit too. So I'm kind of panicking. I'm to the point now that if it doesn't get delivered by Monday, I'm starting to look into U-Haul trailers to tow behind my van, and leaving a day early to drive up to Michigan to pick up extra stuff to drive down myself to Gen Con. So I'm a little worried about this. So let's talk about fulfillment really quick. So as a reminder, I've mentioned this in the update too. So if you are a Luthier or distilled, a backer of the last campaign, hoping to get distilled or Luthier, both of them are coming in the same shipment. We'll go down the list. USA is the next to get it that aren't getting fulfilled right now. USA is July 21st, hopefully. Now that's Monday. And again, I can tell you now, everybody, that's probably not happening. I wrote that. Well, I started writing the update almost a week ago, and then I sent it out. Finished it yesterday, hoping that by yesterday I would have heard something. Nothing came. This morning, I found out that it wasn't even being delivered to Chicago till tonight. The third container that was going to be delivered tonight in the USA at 6:56. Is that? That's not yet. That has not happened yet. So it's supposedly delivered tonight at 6:56 in Chicago. And then a truck is going to supposedly waiting. His name is Trace. A trucker named Trace is waiting to drive it up to Michigan. If that actually happens tonight, that's going to be amazing. But my hope is that Trace drives the container up to Michigan tomorrow, and then we're good, because then they're not going to be ready to start fulfilling Monday, but that means they'll be able to maybe pull enough off to ship it down to the warehouse for Gen Con, because they have to ship it to a warehouse and then that gets shipped to it's a long story. Sorry, I'm getting off track. So we are probably looking more at midweek next week, if not early the next week of the 28th to start fulfillment. Either way, I'm hopeful that they'll start fulfilling Luthier and distilled before Gen Con. Will it arrive at your house before you leave for Gen Con if you're a Gen Con attendee? That's where I think it gets a little tricky, which is why I'm offering all Gen Con attendees that are Kickstarter backers exclusive Luthier pin and round tracker. So read that Kickstarter update. But again, I'm very confident, unless something crazy happens, knock on Formica, that you will probably be getting your pledges late July, early August, which is still pretty exciting. Let's see. Oh, and yes, someone asked, has UPS found your copy yet? Nope. Someone from UPS that works at UPS reached out to me, though. It was a backer, and said, can I try and help? Which was so nice. So I've actually, talked with them. Maybe there was something they can find out as well. So we've had, it's just it's just one thing after another. I can't tell you how happy I'm going to be when this is all done. Oh, good Lord. So anyway, so that is USA. Canada, probably August 11th, mainly because the ship arrived today, people. The ship arrived in Halifax. So our Canadians out there right now, your ship has arrived. It will probably take a week or two to get across to Toronto, because usually what happens is they have to clear customs. That takes a while to get it on a train, to get it over, to get it off, just like what you're hearing from me right now with Chicago. Because again, don't forget, it landed in LA either right before, I think it was right before July 1st. Anyway, it's taken almost 2 weeks, if not over 2 weeks, to get to Chicago. So you just never know. Even though Toronto to Halifax isn't as far, it's still that problem. So anyway, I'm hopeful, though, that by that kind of early to mid-August, we'll be fulfilling in Canada. And then Europe and the rest of the world is going to be late August, mainly because it's still making its way up, around. It's got to stop at a bunch of different stops before it gets to Rotterdam. Then it's got to get unloaded. Then it's got to go down to Germany. And that's Europe and the rest of the world. Asia, though, will probably be the first week of August, just because obviously there's no boat involved. So that's also good news. So that one should happen pretty quickly. Australia and New Zealand, you should be fulfilling now. Some of you got it at PlayCon, which is awesome too. And I think some of you have gotten it, but I think there's still maybe that's happening as we speak, because I've had a number of people reach out saying, hey, aren't I supposed to be getting my game? I haven't heard anything yet. So I'm hopeful that that's happening. We're in touch with Let's Play Games right now. So hopefully that's happening. In UK, of course, you already have it. So that's good too. I've got some questions here. Whoops, that was the wrong one. Sorry, Gavin. Just a second. James asked, are there going to be cocktails play sessions at Gen Con? I didn't mention it, but yes, James, there's a ton of cocktails play sessions. Unfortunately, the tickets are all sold out, but you can definitely stop by, and you never know. There might even be one, a no-show or something you could jump in and try out too. So Stacy as well as Amber are going to be running those, so we're really excited about that. You'll be able to see that. What's Games, who makes Distilled, is actually working on prototypes right now for me. So that's another one that I'm so up against the wire. They'll be sending those to me soon. And we're going to be bringing those factory prototypes to Gen Con. So you all will be the very first people to get to try those out and play those. So that's exciting stuff. Let's see. Oh yeah, you're trying to work out the shelf there. I got some games up here. You probably can't see those because it's so fuzzy and out of place. Let's see what games I've got. Here's some of the games I brought. There's some of my games are propped up. Here's some of the games I brought with me to Scotland. Here, let's see what I got here. Actually, no. Here's some games I bought. I bought this Deep Sea Adventure. I tried playing with my kids. They didn't like it. I was sure they would like it. In fact, I was recommended this game. I liked it. My kids didn't. Of course, I can't get my kids to like any games. Well, actually, my son likes games. Flip 7, I haven't played yet. I bought that to play some with my games. I brought this. This is my good buddy Richard, his Overs. I was hoping to play this with my fam. I haven't played a single game. Well, I tried playing a game with my kids. Nothing else because I've just sadly been working and then just going around. Brought this, hoping to play this. Brought this, hoping to play this. 2 trick-taking games. Been trying to play more trick-taking games. This is not even out of the shrink yet. I got more games that are all under just propping stuff up. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Let's see here. What else do we have? Let's see. We got other things, comments. We got comments. Doesn't look like there's any other questions. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna have a little more of this single cask beer. Any other questions out there? Does anyone have? I don't think I had any other questions submitted here. I think I've I can't wait. I can't wait to see you. I'm not kidding. I always say Aaron what? Aaron why? Aaron we? Aaron we? Aaron we? Aaron we? Aaron we? Aaron we? I don't know. I don't even think I know your real name. Maybe that is your. I shouldn't. Oh my gosh, I shouldn't assume. I of course have assumed that's just your tag that you use, your username. Maybe it is your actual real name. I'm sorry. That's really poor of me to just assume that it's your username. But either way, I'm really excited to meet you in person. So that's going to be really fun. You better get there early because I didn't bring many mats because they're so big. They take up so much room. So be sure to get me. Oh, good. Okay, awesome. Aaron Wee. I said it right. Aaron Wee. Air on Wee. Perfect. So anyway, yes. I don't have too many. So with Gen Con, oh my gosh, don't get me started. I miss UK Games. I love UK Games Expo so much. I miss it. And I love Gen Con because I love some of the people I work with, but it frustrates me so much because my booth is so stupidly tiny and they don't let me have anything bigger. And it just is like, come on, give me freaking bigger booth. So it's really frustrating, but at least I have my HQ, which actually Amanda, I don't know if Amanda's still tuning in. Amanda's one of my bosses of the HQ. Actually, Amanda's both at the HQ and the booth. But we're gonna rock it this year. There's a lot going on with Gen Con. It's gonna be pretty nuts. We've got an announcement of a new game that we're gonna reveal the cover art, the artist, the designer, the name, obviously. we're going to have that game just prototype, just playing, so people can see it before we announce it. So it's a little weird, but that's just how we roll. We had it at UK Games Expo. Well, I mean, not the name, obviously, but the prototype, so people might have gotten to see it and play it there. We'll also have Class of 89 prototype there. We'll have obviously Distilled Cocktails. We'll have Luthier, of course. We've got an awesome team running all those games. We'll have Luthier for sale, and our booth is so freaking tiny. I mean, we're talking, this room is larger than my booth. Easily. I wish I had this room, the size of this room is my booth. I'm paying Gen Con more for my booth than I did to stay in this room for weeks on end. It's ridiculous. For a couple days, it's ridiculous. Anyway, our booth is so freaking tiny, and it's in the back of the hall that faces the emergency exits, which is our thing. That's like what we're known for at Papers and Games, is just find us at the back of the hall. That we can't fit much in our booth. So we'll only put a little bit in our booth every day. And then if hopefully we do well, we'll sell out. So please be sure to come at the start of the day if you want to get something, because once we sell out of anything, if we do at the start of that day, then we're not allowed to go behind the wall, which is where all our stuff is stored. Behind the emergency exit, which is our stuff is stored in a trailer out back. We have to pay to store it back there because our booth isn't big enough. It's ironic. So please be sure to swing on out. And yeah, Libby's right. I just got confirmation from Essen yesterday. I don't have the booth number yet, but it sounds like we have a nice size booth, very similar to UKGE, UK Games Expo. So if you're thinking about coming to Spiel Essen, we will have a nice big booth there. It's nice to be treated and respected well there, just like at UK Games Expo. So it'll be great to have it out there too. Oh, awesome, Aaron Wee, that you're going to be playing the Americano unnamed game as well. So that'll be fun to get your feedback on that one too. Yeah. All right. Actually, I'm not bringing the floor this year. Nope, not worth it. It's such a tiny booth. It's just going to be filled with Luthier boxes till it's not. But yeah. Yeah, I think, I don't know. I think that's about it. Unless anyone has any other questions, I might bow out for the night, pour myself a little bit more single malt cask beer here. This is not a good idea, people. This is like enough to split for a couple people. I need to stop this. Yeah, I think that's it. I want to thank everybody again for tuning in, but also for all your support with everything. It's been quite a wild ride. It's not even over yet. It's just starting. So we will see where this goes. There's so much more exciting stuff ahead of time. I think beyond just the fulfillment and Gen Con and cocktails Kickstarter this fall, Spiel Essen, oh, good Lord, all the stuff next year, because we'll have more crowdfunding next year, releases next year. It's just wild and crazy, folks. It's nuts and wild and crazy. And I so appreciate all the support you all give virtually, in person, all that stuff. And it's just heartwarming to know you're out there, thinking about us, thinking about me, supporting us and all that stuff. So don't be shy if you're at a convention or whatnot, and come on up, give me a bump or a high five, or a hug. And yeah, I'll see you next time. See you on the other side, see you on the other continent, the other time zone, wherever it might be. I guess I'm just going to have a little bit more innocent gun. That's it. Have a good night, everybody. See you later.